Hey, what's up, guys? So here in the Evo, one of the things I wanted to talk about real quick was just kind of what I thought about um, the competition clutch stage two. And so those of you that have never really watched anything on my channel, this is a 2015 Evo X GSR. And I posted a video a while back, and part of it was my fault because I launched the car a few times. I think the previous owner did it a lot more than I did it. But the clutch started slipping, and ultimately it got to the point where it was just not drivable. I had people beeping the horn because the car wouldn't accelerate. And I really should not have driven it to that point. But, um, I've never really put in the clutch in before, and I didn't really do the research. So what I wanted to do was just have someone else do it. So you're looking at $2,000, about $1,000 for the clutch and a lightweight flywheel. And then labor itself is about another $1,000. And so what I did is I just had a local guy come out and install it, or took the car to him and he installed it. And he actually owns a shop, which is good because there's a pretty bad reputation for some of the Mitsubishi dealerships, especially around here, when it comes to working on Evos and doing oil changes and things like that. So always do your oil change yourself. Just log it because I have a warranty in this car, and not doing oil change could you make it lose the warranty. So just make sure that you're logging everything that you're doing, just so you have a record, just in case something happens. But always try to never take your car to the dealership because they'll try to rape you with overall cost, labor, and then parts as well. And then you're not really getting to pick the parts that you want to put in there. So, but I did talk to them, and they wanted to install another OEM Equity clutch, which went out just before 30,000 miles for me. So I did not want that in here. And so taking it to the other guy, we got the competition stage two with the lightweight flywheel. And I have to say, once the car was first installed, um, it's like any other clutch. It's going to grip really strong from the start. And then as you start to drive it and break it in, then it starts to kind of smoothen itself out as it starts to pair up nicely with the flywheel and so on. So, but when the clutch was first installed, all I'd have to do really is just lightly let off the clutch pedal, and the car would start taking off like it's an automatic. That's kind of gone down a little bit. It's more of like a natural clutch drivability. So if I'm on a steady surface or slightly downhill, I can start letting off that clutch pedal, and the car's going to start moving forward. I'm likely not even going to push the gas until it's time to shift to second gear. Slightly uphill, I can kind of do the same thing, but I'm not really trying to kill the car. So I will apply just a little bit of gas and just transition it the way it should be. But overall, I mean, the drivability of this is pretty much going to be like stock. If you're trying to build some real power, I don't think that if you're trying to build some real power, I don't think that stage two is probably where you need to go. You probably want to push like a stage three and so on. But I do drive this car every single day until I get another car to daily. So I really wanted something that was going to be more so like stock, which would be like the competition stage two. Where I'm seeing the most significant difference with this is with the lightweight flywheel. I feel like I am accelerating faster, and some of that's the placebo effect, I think, is because knowing that it's in there, to me, makes me think that maybe I'm accelerating faster. Whatever the case may be, because that lightweight flywheel does slow down faster, it makes rev matching so much easier. So to the point where, initially with the car being just stock with the Equity clutch, I would rev match it a little bit just to keep that transition to shifts smooth. With this lightweight flywheel, I basically just put the clutch in, change the gear, let off the clutch without touching the gas, and it's a smooth transition, almost like I'm driving an automatic. So, in fact, it was so smooth, I had to Google it just to make sure I didn't glaze over the clutch when trying to break it in. But this is the way that it's supposed to feel, and I'm super happy with it. I don't launch the car. I've never launched it since I had the new clutch in it. I'm never going to. I don't even think that mode should even exist on a car like this, if the clutches are just going to go out or you destroy the transfer case, whatever it may be. But I baby this car too. I get a ton of people always trying to race. I don't race them. There has been a couple times when I maybe have a Subaru or something like that, where I may just play around a little bit, or maybe we'll do like some chasing back and forth with like Mustangs and things. But I don't race this car. I don't drive it too aggressively. I drive it really slow. I want it to last because ultimately, my personal opinion, I feel like Evos in general, and you may like, the 8s and 9s over the 10, or the 10 over the 8s and 9s. My personal preference is the 10, only because I have 3 kids, and so with the bigger vehicle, I can fit 3 car seats in the back, the wife up here, and then we could all just sit here and watch TV, whatever the case may be. But it's also not as raw as the 8 and 9s, which I do like if I was a single guy. But I feel like the Evo platform itself, it's one of those iconic things that, like, almost like the Toyota Supra. The Toyota Supras that are out there that have been taken care of, they're selling for $100,000 right now. When they have, tasteful mods done to them. A bare naked Supra, turbo, you could probably try to find one for about 50 or 60. And so, that's still way more than what it was when it initially came out. So I still want to keep this car because I feel like the value retention on this car is going to continue to climb, especially if it's not abused. So I was lucky to find this one not abused. Flew to Chicago, drove it back here to Oklahoma, and then just kind of been taking care of it ever since. So, but that's it really. Competition stage 2 clutch, I definitely recommend it to anyone who needs to do the clutch upgrade. There's probably some better options out there, but for me personally, daily driving this, trying to keep something close to stock, getting the benefit of the lightweight flywheel, this is perfect for me, and I'd highly recommend it. So that's all I have for you guys. If you have any questions or comments or anything like that, add it down in the comment section. We'll see if we can answer it. If it's something I can't answer, maybe someone down there can answer it. So that's it. Appreciate you guys watching.